Hey everyone, happy Saturday. This is Jen, and we are on for Slow It Down Saturday. Basically, a lovely yoga session that will hopefully get us a little bit stretched out, a little bit lengthened out after that hard work that we put in for the last few days. I certainly need it. Hey Molly. And it's one of those things where I feel like it's difficult to motivate at times. I'm very, very excited to do this with you. If you have any suggestions, by the way, if you're like, hey, my shoulders are super, super tight, or your quads or your hamstrings, whatever it is, I am all ears because I feel all of those things. Like, even like weirdly, I just feel like a lot of triceps soreness. And I have this like a shoulder massager, and I've been using that like everywhere, like on my quads, on my hips, on my butt, on my hamstrings. Definitely, I don't know if it's, I can't even attribute it. Is it like class? Is it the 1 mile runs? Is it, I don't even know, but here we are. I'm not using music today, so if you want to put something on in the background, totally do that for yourself. And that's pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and get started then. Let's start kneeling position today. As you know, I'm super into the ankles because I feel like kneeling position is something that's like very easy. Like we think of it, we don't even think twice about it. We're like, oh, I'll just sit down, kneel down. But if we don't do it for a while, it feels like sometimes like our ankles don't really like that position. So it's good to every so often find it and feel good in it. So anyway, let's be there. Knees, legs, feet together. Just relax your arms down, close down your eyes, and empty out your lungs. Start with a couple of deep breaths. Full deep inhale, get long, get tall. Exhale, start to relax your face, your neck, your shoulders. Do it again, full deep inhale. And long, slow exhale. On your next inhale, open your eyes, lift your arms up high toward the ceiling, lift, taking care to stay long through your spine. Exhale, lower your right hand down, reach your left arm up and over, find your side body stretch. And we'll stay here for just one breath. So inhale, lift up on your right hand side. And on your exhale, see if you can reach your left arm a little bit farther out toward your right, open up through your chest. Good, let's switch the sides. Inhale, drop your left hand down, reach your right arm up and over. And again, we'll just stay here for one breath, really get long. Inhale, lift up on your left hand side. And exhale, reach even farther out to your left. Build your stretch. Good, and then gently lift yourself up. Shift your body weight to your right side, and we'll just send this left leg out in front. Good. Totally use your hands to dab. That wasn't meant to be a purely handless situation. Flex your left foot back towards your face, and with this elevation, your hips above or on top of your heel. Lift yourself up tall, and then find your gentle hinge. Now maintain a super long spine, so if you need to stay upright or whatever you need to do, maintain that length. Flex hard your left foot, and find that stretch really run down the backside of your left leg. Nice and long. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. This is our first one, so it's kind of mild. Take your time with it. No need to go super, super deep just quite yet. Hold right here for 4. Open your chest. Stay long through your spine. Hold for 3. Nice. Hold for 2. Hold for 1. Good. And then gently come up, bend this left leg in toward you. And we'll take this right hand to the outside of your left foot. So right hand to the outside of your left foot. You're still sitting hip on your heel, yes? Pick up your left leg. And my left fingers are helping to dab on the left hand side, tent out. Lift up tall through your chest. And then start to straighten any amount out through your left heel, lengthen. Good, and then deliberately bend it again. Good, we'll do 3 more times. Go kick out through your heel, yes, and deliberately bend again. Just a little bit movement here. Kick out through your heel, yep, and bend again. Last time, kick out through your heel, and bend again. Good. Lower your left foot down, your knee in line with your left set of toes, and we'll just come up halfway. Good. Hold right here. Just a little bit of work for our ankle. Hold for 4. Hold for 3. Stay right there. Hinge position. Hold for 2. Pull your navel in nice tight. Hold for 1. And then gently, gently release. Good. From this place, extend your left leg out again. We do one more hinge again. Lift. And then hinge, fold. Maybe you have access to go a little bit deeper after those kick extensions. Still flex your left foot back towards your face. Still go for the length in your spine. And continue to feel that stretch, right? Backside of your left leg. If you don't feel it quite much, you got to tighten up your left thigh a little bit more, flex harder through your left foot. And I think you'll feel something, right? If you start to feel nothing, just check in with those details once again. Great. Gently come back up. And we'll slip this left leg back into that kneeling position. We'll switch this side. So shift your body weight to your left leg and then send your right leg out in front of you, handsless or hands on the floor. Flex your right foot back toward your face. Lift your chest up nice and tall. And then visually, as you look at your flexed out foot, I notice that my big toe side comes toward me, but my pinky toe side is a little bit lagging. So you can deliberately focus on that pinky toe side, make all 5 toes come back towards you. Lift up tall first, and gently, let's do that first mild stretch. I really like this with a bit of elevation, hip on heel. So especially when we're just starting out our practice, it's like much needed, right? That little bit of an extra assist feels better. And it gives us the opportunity to just stretch without having to overly round our spines, right? Even in this mild one, just getting started. Flex hard your right foot. Hold for 4, yep. For 3, lengthen, lengthen. Almost feel like you're tilting your tail out. For 2, for 1, good, gently lift yourself up and we'll just bend this right leg in. Take your left hand to the outside of your right foot and continue to tend to using your right fingers. Pick your right foot up off of the floor. You have that deliberate bend and we'll go straighten and we'll bend. Good. 3 more times here. Go straighten, kick out through your heel. And go bend. We have twice more here. Kick out, go. Kick, best you can. Really straighten out your leg and go bend. 1 more time. Kick, go. Straighten, yup. And we'll bend. Let's lower this left foot down. Get your toes in line with your left knee. And we'll hinge forward. Find that very natural, seamless transition. Top of your left foot flat against the floor. Find that, hold it, hold for 4, hold for 3. Allow that weight to go heavy over the top of your left foot. Yes, and gently, gently lower yourself back down. Again, we send this right leg out in front of us. Flex your right foot back, lift up tall through your chest, and gently find that hinge. Hopefully, just a little bit more access relative to that first round. And that's what we're going for, right? As we do this gentle warm up, it's not about all the time, every single round going deep, deep, deep. We're just gently transitioning into it. Think of sticking your tail out so you have that length in your spine. And then also pull your navel in tight. So just in case if you're kind of flexible in that fashion, you don't want to overarch as well. I wouldn't even call myself like super flexible, but I do find myself like sometimes overarching in that place. Good. All right, gently let's lift ourselves up and then slip this right knee back in. Good. From this place, let's send this left leg. Oh, actually, we're doing one balancing thing. So come up onto a kneeling position, left foot steps forward. So let's find this place. Good. And then from here, just with some balance, keeping the top of your right foot flat against the floor, focus, shift your body weight back and see if you can lift your left foot up off of the floor. Hold. Good. Lower back down. Do it again 3 more times. Go lift your left foot up off of the floor. Hold. And lower back down twice more. Go lift it up. Hold. And lower back down. Last time. Go lift it up. Hold. and lower back down. Awesome. Send your left leg out to the left, send your right foot in toward you, and then sit yourself down into a gentle hinge. And just when your butt is gonna touch the floor, you come back up, hands to heart. So side of your foot flat against the floor here, and then go for that hinge as your butt goes back. Good, extend your arms forward. Your butt is just about to touch the floor, and you return back to your place. Good. Twice more here. So hinge, push your butt back, extend your arms long, butt just about to touch the floor, return to your place, lift. And then last time, we'll find that hinge and hold that hover. Hold for 4, for 3, belly in, 2, for 1, gently sit yourself down. I kid you not, anytime I say belly in, it's really because I feel my belly go out. So that's a correction for me, not for you, right? So once you're sitting down all the way, sole of your foot up against your left thigh, let's take this left arm perpendicular to our left leg and reach your right arm up and over for that side body stretch. Open your chest. We'll do one more breath here. So on your inhale, find some length down the left side of your body, no crunch. And then on your exhale, see if you can rotate your chest even more up toward the ceiling, your right arm back a little bit farther. Hold right here for 4, for 3. Ground your right hip down for 2, for 1. And then gently lift yourself up. We'll change our positioning of our leg. So right foot, you'll keep your left foot as is, and you'll bring your right foot just in close to your hips. And we'll do that stretch one more time. So left hand on your ankle, left shoulder inside of your left leg, and reach your right arm up and over, open up through your chest. Good, one more breath here. Go lengthen, lift on your left-hand side, and then reach a little bit farther. We'll hang out here, hold for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Gently lift yourself up, ground your left foot flat against the floor, and then hinge forward until you're in a low ninja position. From this place, use your strong right leg, push yourself up into high ninja. Good, we practiced that hinge already, and then lower yourself back into low ninja. 3 more times. Let's go and lift strong with your right leg, and lower yourself back down. Good, just being able to do this, you're increasing your range of motion. Lift and lower back down, really nice. Last time, go lift and lower back down. Awesome work. We'll sit ourselves all the way back down to the floor and then bring this left leg in. So we're in a completely seated position, hinge forward into Malasana. Go and lift. Especially if you're trying to go for a deeper squat, this Malasana is huge, right? Lower yourself back down. Couple more, as if I'm reaching into the screen for you. Lift. Yep. And gently lower yourself down. So tremendous amount of hip flexibility, and go and lift. Totally feel free to use your hands to help support you and gently lower back down. Last time, really hinge and lift, yes. And hold right there, lower your hands to the floor, and we'll bring our knees back down to the floor into a kneeling position. Okay, we have our other side, so find yourself in a single leg kneeling, so right foot comes forward in front of you. Find your place, hold. Top of your left foot flat against the floor, really stabilize, focus, concentrate, shift your body weight back into your left leg. Pick your right foot up off the floor, lift, and lower back down. We have 3 more times, it's a little tricky, and go lift, and lower back down. So each time I want you to fight for it, hinge back and go lift, woo, and lower back down. Last time, go lift and lower back down. Awesome. So let's send this right leg out to the right. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit. Send your right leg out to the right, flatten out the knife edge side of your foot, and then bring your left foot in toward your center line. As you hinge, push your butt back, and then just about when your bottom is going to touch with your heel, sit down, you come back up and hands to heart. Good, just finding that hinging action. Go hinge. Yup, find that deep fold and then come back up. Just like when you come up from a squat though, let's not overdo it, right? Just find neutral is perfect. And then go hinge again. Yup, and then return to neutral. One more time, hinge, and we'll hang out right here for just a little bit longer. Find it, hold for 4. Belly in for 3. For 2, that's my tell when you hear belly in. For 1, and then gently let's sit ourselves all the way down. Good. So the sole of your left foot hits just with your right thigh, and we'll take that stretch. So right shoulder inside of your right leg, right arm perpendicular to your right leg, reach your left arm up and over. Good, we'll take one breath here. So lift up on your right hand side best you can. And then exhale as you reach your arm over, open up through your chest. Feel like that rotation is happening. So your chest starts to face up toward the ceiling. We'll hang out here for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Gently lift yourself up. We switch it just for the same kind of thing. Bring your left foot kind of stomped in close to you. Same thing though, we'll bring our right shoulder inside of our right leg, just taking care as you move into where we're not totally crunched, right? So stay long, get your right shoulder inside best you can, reach your left arm up and over. And we'll take one more breath here just to lift ourselves out of any crunchiness, which I know I tend to crunch a little bit. So that's just a nice way to reset. Open your chest, hold for 4. Keep your left knee pushing out behind you. For 2, open up your hip. For 1, gently lift yourself back up. Great, from this place, stomp your right foot down. We prepare, hinge forward, find yourself into low ninja. Good. We have 4 of these. Use your strong left leg, your core. Go lift yourself up. You're in high. And gently go lower yourself back down. Take your time. Press your right outer edge of your foot down. Go lift yourself up. Yep, concentrate, focus, and lower yourself down. Really nice. Long, long spine. Twice more now. And go lift yourself up. And lower yourself back down. Your last time, go lift yourself back up and lower yourself back down. Really nice. And here a little sit back down again. Bring your right foot in close again. And we'll find our Malasana one more time. So a hinge and lift. Okay, you're there in your Malasana. I'm gonna face you real quick. Good. And then from this place, again, notice you want to use your elbows to help push yourself up tall, but I tend to arch a little bit, so I need to sort of tuck my tail under so I have a very long spine. Lift your heels up off of the floor. Hold. Yup. Hold right here. Heels up. Push your knees back. Open up through your hips. Hang out. Hold for 4, for 3, for 2. Now this is a little bit weird, but keeping your heels up, take your left arm sort of inside of your left leg, and we'll reach our right arm up and over. So mimicking again that side body stretch, just in a little different fashion. And then notice your upper body will want to cave in on you. So you're bracing against the floor with your left fingers. See if you can open up through your chest. Really rotate your chest best you can up toward the ceiling. Good. And then gently come up out of that, hands in prayer. I know these heels up is not super, super fun. Bring your right arm inside and use this right hand to help you not only stabilize, but keep your right knee pushed back. And then as you find your side body stretch, continue to push your left knee farther back too, so it's not caving in on you. Find your side body stretch, open up through your chest like you're rotating your chest up toward the ceiling. Lift and gently release. Hands back in prayer position. Very nice. Lower your heels back down and lower your bottom back down. We extend these both legs out, so not too wide. We're just in a kind of a V shape from where our Malasana was. Extend your arms all the way up high toward the ceiling. And again, we're going 45 degrees. Hold. So a very deliberate hold. I'm going to face the sides. You can see here. When we go for this 45 degrees, If you're like me, sometimes I overarch. If you're the other way though, you round, I want you to stick your tail out a little bit farther. If you're like me who overarches, you need to tuck your tail and try best we can to find this neutral spine. Flex your feet, your toes face up toward the ceiling, your knees face up toward the ceiling, and we're simply holding. This is a very easy place for your belly to hang out over your thighs. I want you to hold it, lift it, extend long. Breathe. From this 45-degree position, go down even farther, right? And when I say even farther, it's to wherever your body allows you to stay, where you can maintain a long spine and a pulled in, nice, tight, strong core. So wherever you are, hang out there without actually touching the floor with your arms, your chest, or anything like that. Hold for 4. Hold for 3. Really tighten up your legs. That'll help you. For 2. For 1. And let's face this left leg. Extend, reach. So now maybe we've gone a little bit deeper than our very first round of like hamstring stuffs. Extend out through your arms best you can. Good, and then let's come back through center, your best hover, right, wherever that is, right, maybe a little bit more than the 45 degrees. And let's go over our right leg, go extend. So I want you to square up, extend out through your arms, reach and extend. Good, and then come back through the center. You're still at that same angle, your hover. Hold right here for just a little bit longer. For 4, lengthen, lengthen. For 3, check even with your neck, not too up, not too down with your chin. For 2, for 1, gently lift yourself back up. That was really nice. And lower your hands down. Face your left leg again. We'll bend this right one. So we're basically now in half splits. I'll face you so we're kind of square. Okay, so just by bending your right leg, and again, it can be any amount. It could be out, your foot out farther, whatever you want. Your body's natural tendency is to face in between your legs. Let's square up over this left leg, right? And I'm gonna bring my heel in a little bit closer. Square up as you fold. Yep. All right. From this place, let's take our right hand to the outside of our left foot. Right? And if that's not accessible to you, it's anywhere outside of this left leg. And it just helps us square up a little bit more so that we can adjust for the tendency to open up to our right hand side. Good, and then gently lift yourself up. We'll be very deliberate about this back leg this time. Bring your right knee to touch with your left knee. Scoot over here. And your heel just outside of your right hip. So this is half hero position. If you don't like this after a while, you can switch it out. We're gonna be here for a little bit longer. So find that squareness and then hinge a little bit deeper again. As you hinge, you notice maybe your body weight wants to just hang out over your left hip exclusively. See if you can use the help of your hands to kind of readjust and find a relatively even position for your hips. Hold right there. Good, and then from this place, lift yourself up. This is where it starts to get a little bit aggressive. Bend your left leg so your left foot toes are in line with your right knee, right? So we've been here before with this right leg a little bit different. If you don't like this right leg, remember, take yourself out of it. It is no big deal. All right, right hand to the outside of your left foot. We've been here, right, the very beginning. Pick up your left leg, any amount. Now, maybe you have access to straighten out your left leg already, right? If not, you're where we were before, and that is perfect, right? So you're either straightening out your leg, or with your leg straight, you're bending your right arm. That's 1. And we'll do that 4 times. And I'm doing both of those things, right? But you don't have to do both. You're either working on straightening your leg or pulling your leg in toward you. That's 2. And we'll do again 2 more times. Use your left hand to help you. Again, support yourself so your weight is not all in your left side. And then last time, go kick and extend, lift. And go to where you are, whether it's working on the straight leg or your leg pulled in even closer. Pick up your left hand, see if you can lift it up off the floor and twist toward your left hand side. Hold right here for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Let's gently undo this twist. We're going to take this left leg, bend it, and move it into a rock-a-bye baby situation. Again, check in with your right leg. If you don't like this place any longer, please just extend your right leg forward in front of you, and that's perfect. So I'm getting this left leg kind of more parallel to the ceiling, to the floor. Your left foot goes into your right elbow crease. Lift your chest up tall, and you can do a little bit of a rock here, right, left, right, left. Open up through your chest. Think of your chest leaping, right, above and beyond your left calf, your left shin. Good. From this place, we will take this into a half lotus. So bring this left foot, instead of that flexed position, we'll move into a pointed situation and scoot this foot as high up onto your right hip flexor as possible. Now we happen to be working with this left leg first, and this one is a little bit my less accessible side. So that's actually kind of great. So you can see that it's possible even with a kind of a not so open hip, right? My left knee is quite far off of the floor, and that's just fine. And we'll hang out here. From this place, if this feels like a lot already, you stay. This is going to be our last thing with our right leg in this position. But if you feel okay with this, you can start to bring your left elbow down toward the floor. Bring your right elbow down toward the floor. Top of your head down toward the floor. And then maybe you're all the way down to the floor. And I'm going to readjust so my foot's up a little bit higher. And then we'll hang out here for our last, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. To come out of it, again, you use your elbows, help push yourself up off of the floor. And my foot has definitely left my right hip, but I'm going to do adjustment after I send this right leg forward. So if your right leg is still bent like mine, we're just going to lean over to our left and gently extend this right leg. Oh, so nice. Nice and long in front. Flex your right foot, give it a shake, whatever you need to do, kind of some circles with your ankles, with your feet, whatever you need to do. Otherwise, we'll continue then. This left foot, mine has slipped down my right thigh, and this actually in this in-between position feels very uncomfortable for me, and I'm guessing it would feel uncomfortable for you as well, because it's hitting yourself right in the middle, which feels like a great massage, but like not for forever. So get your foot up a little bit higher, and we're just going to play around with balance a little bit here. So you can take your hands back behind you, bend up your right leg. Now usually we would be in a figure 4 position. We've done that probably together quite a bit, but this one we're doing half lotus, so in some ways it should feel a little bit maybe more accessible hip-wise, but just getting your foot up there into your hip crease I think is slightly more challenging, so there's that. Pick up your right leg. Okay, and then maybe we take these hands to the backside of our right thigh for a quick interlace. And then maybe you can extend your right leg any amount and then bend it again. And we'll try that 3 more times. Flex your foot, go extend your leg any amount. Yep, and bend your leg. We have 2 more times, okay? And go extend your leg. And bend it. And one more time, go extend it. And bend it. Here in the bent position, you'll free your left hand from your thigh and see if you might be able to grab the outside of this right foot. So for me, I need to bring this foot in a little bit closer for me. And then once I find that foot, maybe you can extend your right leg any amount. Again, you're still in the half lotus position. So take your time. I know the balance is a little bit tricky. And see if you can free your right hand. This is your final thing. Give yourself a twist just like we did before. But you can bring your right hand down as well for some support. I have some obstacle here. I'm gonna lift above my obstacle. And twist. Go for 4. For 3. Flex your foot. For 2. For 1. Good. Gently, gently, let's reverse this. So right hand goes back to your thigh. bend your right leg. I'm trying to do this really slowly, but bring your hand back to your thigh, lower your right leg completely down, and then undo your left leg. Big hip opener, so feel free to do any sort of movements that feel nice. And we'll meet again in that kind of halfway straddle business where we started that first side. So it doesn't have to be your widest straddle. It's almost like where your legs naturally extended out of your malasana. So let's face this right leg now. And I notice the moment I twist, if I'm not lifted, it's harder to readjust into a long spine. So I like to lift first and then twist, face my right leg. Good. And then gently come up. We'll bend this left leg. Again, any amount and any sort of position that you feel works better for you. I'm gonna square up so you can see me. So I kind of just like a 90-degree angle. It's nothing too serious, nothing that I'm like calculating. Your natural default will be facing in between your legs. So that's the only thing that I definitely make sure I'm squared up and then hinge forward from here. And again, notice if when you flex your foot, if it's only your big toe side that flexes in toward you, try to get your pinky toe side to flex as well. Good, lengthen out through your neck. Hold for 4. These are just little details that we're noticing here, right? Even with your, like where your chin is positioned, if you tend to go like this, if there's that little crunch in your neck, you want to maintain just a little bit longer neck for 2, for 1. Gently lift yourself up. And we'll deliberately now bring this left knee in to meet your right knee. And I'll face this side. So again, your left heel then is just sitting outside of your left hip. Make sure you're not sitting directly on top, right? Half hero position. Maybe this is already kind of aggressive. So if you already know that, or if you have a knee injury, you feel it a little bit, you're like, hey, this is not for me, straighten out your left leg, and that is so perfect. Or you can bend it any other way, right? You can bend it this way. That should feel more accessible. Okay, so if this feels okay though, we'll start to bend up this right leg. And, that's not, no, let's do that first. Okay, so left hand to the outside of your right foot, and then pick up your right leg any amount. Good. And then straighten, or if your leg is straight, you're bending your arm, right? And return. 3 more times. So you kick out through your heel, go lift, and return. Twice more. Lift your chest up, kick, and go lift. Again, you don't have to do both. You might be doing one or the other, right? And go kick and go lift. So wherever you are then, start to maybe pick up this back arm and start to twist, look past your right shoulder. Again, it's easy for me to start to lean back a little bit on this. See if you can lengthen up through the crown of your head and then find your big twist. Good, and then let's gently untwist. From this place, we're moving into just a little bit slightly aggressive, but we'll change it so this right foot now goes into our left elbow crease. And immediately, because this is kind of an aggressive hip opener with our right side, you might immediately find that this side is more accessible or less accessible than your first side. Lift your chest up best you can, get tall, flex your right foot, and then just do a little bit of a rock. If it's not accessible, you stay here and find that position. Lift your chest up. There's always ways to find more activity, even if it's not necessarily noticeable, like in the form of like an actual movement. It could be just a lift, right? Where you want to feel that your stretch is actually active and you're not just hanging out stale in one position. Good. And then from this place, we'll move into a half lotus. So as you gently set this right foot down, this side is slightly more accessible for me. So I'm going to take this right foot and hike it all the way up, and I'm pointing my toes now toward my hip flexor, right? All right. So if you've lost the hip heel contact, you can also kind of make your little adjustments. It's not completely noticeable, but my right knee is a little bit closer down toward the floor. All right, so if this is a lot already, right, there's a lot going on. My your feet are close to touching, but they're in a very awkward position, right? So if you feel a lot in your quad, if you feel a lot in your right side hip or your knee, you can stay right here. If you want to try, then let's gently go back, right? So then this would be your right elbow, your left elbow, top of your head, back of your head. And again, you can stop anywhere along the way. Going for this nice little left quad stretch, I'm making a little bit of an adjustment on my right foot. Hang out here for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good, let's gently lift ourselves up. All right, so I need to definitely fix where my foot is relative to my hip. But before I do that, we're just gonna shift our weight into our right side and free this left leg, give it some blood flow back. So take on any shapes, you can circle out your ankles, whatever feels good to you. And then again, if your leg had slipped a little bit, you'll notice maybe like, for instance, mine is pretty much almost like halfway in between my knee hip. And it feels good as a massage, but doesn't feel good as I continue, right? So I'm gonna bring my foot up a little bit higher. And then when you do your adjustments, you can also allow your right knee to lift up. I know I talk a lot about, try to lower your right knee down. But when you make that adjustment, it might feel a lot easier and a lot sort of safer to lift your right knee up and let it be natural. So don't think about too much like pushing it down or anything. Okay, so from this place, we'll start to lean back. So totally use your hands to lean back, find your weight, and then we're moving into sort of generally what we would do in a figure 4, kind of to loosen up our hips. Actually, for me right now, again, I don't know where I can attribute it to, whether it's the running or whether it's just coming back or whatever it is. My quads are super, super tight, so I kind of don't mind that my foot is pressing hard against my thigh. Even though it slipped out a little bit, I kind of don't mind it because it feels really good, like the bad, good type of feel, if you know what I mean. When you have like when you're massaging out a knot, that type of feel where it feels like terrible, but it's like good terrible, that's what it feels like. All right, so we're gonna start to shift our body weight back and pick up this left foot. So I'm gonna do one more adjustment just because I do feel like I've slipped a little bit. All right, so as you lean back, let's see if we might be able to take one hand to our thigh, the other hand to the back of our thigh, pick up this left leg, and maybe straighten it out some amount as well. Right, you see what works better for you. We'll take this right hand then and go for the outside of our left foot. Good. All right. So from this place, let's see if we might be able to free our left hand. Well, maybe we did those 4 straightening, so maybe we'll do that as well. So bend here and go straighten. I'm not exactly sure if we did it on the other side, but why not? And bend and go straighten. I could use that extra hamstring stuff. Go bend and straighten last time. Go bend and go straighten. So let's take this left hand then maybe, and then take it back into an open arm twist. Look past your left, lift up tall. Good. And then gently let's untwist here. Take your hand back to your thigh. Take your hand back to your thigh. Gently lower this left leg down. And let's free this right leg. So give yourself some time as you lift yourself up. Again, I lifted my right knee up so there's a little bit more space. Easier to come out of this. Good. So shake out your legs real quick. That was kind of aggressive on our hips, our knees. So definitely shake out as much as you need to. Good. We're returned to that kneeling position once again. So we did a lot of flexed out positions. We'll do some tops of our feet on the floor positions just to even ourselves out a little bit. So from our kneeling position, again, your heels are pretty close together, your feet are pretty close together. Let's pick this right knee up off of the floor, go hold. Right. And if you feel like you have access to maybe grab underneath, that gives you just a little bit of extra. and lower it back down. And we'll switch it, left knee up, and then right hand just underneath your left shin maybe, lift. Good. And lower yourself back down. We'll do both. So hands against the floor, push it away, lift your knees up off of the floor. And if you're feeling super, super ambitious, maybe you push even harder against the floor and then come up, hips off heel, squeeze your legs, tops of your feet flat. Hold for 4, yes. For 3, good. For 2, for 1, lower your knees back down. And we'll move back into that Malasana one more time. So tuck your toes in, find yourself in that place, open up your knees, lift your chest up nice and tall. Again, think about that length in your spine, so not overdoing your chest, but find that length. Breathe, good. Hold right here, hold for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. We'll move into frog here. So hands come down, and then especially if you're on a harder surface, you just want to give yourself maybe a little bit of cushioning. It doesn't even be a lot, but just so that it's not just you're surviving because it hurts your knee on the floor, but you want to find kind of a softer surface so that you can actually stay and hang out for a little bit. So check in here. Your heel to knee, knee to hip is 90 degrees. Hip and hip are in the same, or hip and knee and hip are in the same line. And then again, your other leg is that 90-degree position. And start to lower yourself down onto elbows, forearms, if that works for you. For me, it works better and it feels like more comfortable, like relatively speaking. And if you prefer though, you can totally come down onto your chest. To me, that doesn't feel necessarily better. So I like to stay on my elbows, and that's perfect for me. And we'll stay here for best we can 2 minutes. So hang out here. With this, as I've mentioned before, it's not going to be like an instant gratification type of thing, not only with the adjustments, but on how it feels each time. So definitely take it breath by breath, and as you feel your body is naturally allowing yourself to go a little bit deeper, you'll feel it start to gently push out with your knees. And again, it's not going to be this very dramatic movement. It'll be a very, very incremental type of situation. So it's another thing that requires a little bit of time, a little bit of patience. And honestly, a lot of repetition too. So I know we don't do it that often. It's often enough that it's memorable, right? When we do our frogs, but it's one of those things that the more time you can spend in it and really give yourself that breath, so you're not, again, just surviving, but allowing your body to melt into it, the easier and the better it becomes time after time, I would say. Yeah. But I think it's also one of those postures that you will always feel something. So it's like even as it gets better, there's still more room to go. So you'll always feel just a little bit of something, which is kind of nice too. We're almost there, finishing up our second minute. So just take your time here. And again, truly allow yourself to exhale, and your knees will just feel like they're slightly moving out more to the right, to the left. And the idea is, like, I always say this, but there is like sort of incentive for it to go farther out to the right, to the left, which is you start to hit the floor with your softer part of your legs, which is your inner thigh, as opposed to the hard part of your knee. So that's definitely a huge incentive. It should feel slightly more comfortable once we're over that little hump. All right, take one more breath here. And exhale it out. Literally allow yourself to soften. Good. And actually from this place, we'll stay down. Usually we come right back up. We'll stay down here. See if you can just gently lower yourself chest to floor, and then keep your left leg bent in that position, but start to just inch your right leg straight back behind. So you just gently transitioned basically, I'm gonna scoot over a little bit. You basically transition into your right leg straight back behind you and your left leg bent in that same 90 position as you had in your frog. Take your right hand, push it against the floor, and then take your left arm, thread it over to your right hand side. So we have a nice little shoulder stretch, and we also have this resistance of our left leg helping us. So use your right hand then, prop it up onto the floor, and then push open your chest. Not only does this give us a really good spine twist, it helps us work against the resistance of our left hip. So using our own body's resistance to help work deeper into not only our spine twist, but our hip opener on our left-hand side. Good. And gently release. So we'll lower this right hand down, unthread, take your left leg back, and we'll keep our left leg straight. Bend up this right leg. So this right leg is now 90. It's just like your half frog. Take your left hand, push it against the floor. Make space for your right arm to thread through. And then just allow yourself to kind of hang out here for a moment. This feels good, just to give yourself a nice little shoulder stretch. And then when you're ready for it, continue to flex your right foot. Take your left hand, push against the floor, and give yourself a really good spine twist. Think of opening up your chest to face the ceiling. And the more you push into your palm, the more of that twist you'll get. The more you push into your palm, the more you'll also feel that resistance against your right hip. So it helps to open up our right hip, helps give us our big twist. Relax your left shoulder down. Think of just pushing into your palm and keeping your shoulders out of it. Good. And gently release. And I really like always putting some twists in there. Release your right leg so you're now square. All right. For the square position, we find our sphinx, elbows into hips, hips into elbows. Pull it in, relax your shoulders, open your chest. Good. The twists are always really good because I feel with any other exercise, you definitely get all the other rotations of your body, but that twist is something that you don't find necessarily in kind of our faster moving types of things, unless we deliberately put it in there. So from here, push into your palms, find a little bit of a deeper stretch through your abdominals. Good, and then gently lower elbows in, kind of close. We'll do that one more time. As you open up through your chest, feel that backward bend not sink into your low back exclusively, right? Think about tapping into your up back, mid back even more. So as you gently push into your palms, again, think about preserving that backward bend more in your up, mid, back. Open your chest. Good. And gently release. Very nice. And then take your elbows out wide and then lower yourself all the way down to the floor. From here, extend your arms forward in front of you. We'll do some of those kind of circles with our arms to get our shoulders kind of open. Good range of motion. So press your feet down firmly into the floor, pick up your arms, push your hands out right, left, circle them all the way around, and then without touching your upper body, see if you can bring your hands somewhere up a little bit higher, like you're giving yourself little chicken wings, but without actually touching your body. And then take it back again, palms face up, lift again, and then rotate these arms without touching the floor, forward, and then lower back down. So good spine work, good shoulder work. So again, let's go lift, push your palms out right, left. And again, tops of your hands reach facing the floor. And then as if you're gonna do like, hands in prayer position or chicken wings without touching your back. And then straighten out through your arms, lift, circle your pinky fingers all the way up, rotate arms forward, lift, and lower back down. We've got 2 more rounds of this, okay? So inhale, go lift, push out right, left. Yep, tops of your hands face the floor. And then bend your arms as if you're gonna get your hands all the way up to your blades. And then straighten them out, lift, circle them forward, lift and lower down. Your final round here. Inhale, go lift, push out palms, tops of your hands face the floor. And one more time, bend your arms. So you're gonna reach your hands up toward your blades without touching. Straighten out your arms, pinky fingers scrape. Palms face up, lift and lower back down. Excellent. All right, let's flip around onto our bellies onto our backs real quick. And then from here, just giving ourselves a good tricep stretch. All right, so take your right tricep and do what we would normally do if we were just sitting upright. So bend your right arm, take your left hand to reach for your right elbow, and then bend it and give yourself a good tricep stretch. This is kind of nice. It gives me a really good stretch in my tri. And from here, you can really use your head also to help push against your right arm. And for me, at least at the moment, I don't know why my triceps are super, super tight. I feel like this is just amazing. This hopefully also encourages your chin not to go super, super close with your chest. You can do whatever you want, by the way, with your legs. I like bent legs oftentimes just because I feel like I don't then have to worry about overarching in my spine. Good. And then from this place, if you want to try this just as an option, start to pull with your left hand, right? And then lean a little bit over to your left hand side. See if you might be able to do almost like a side body stretch, but you're on the floor. And we'll hang out right here, whether you're leaning or not, for 4. With all these stretches, we want to stay longer, right? For 3. For 2. For 1. And then gently return yourself back into neutral spine if you had leaned. And then we'll take ourselves out of this stretch. You shake out your arms, do what you need to do, and we'll switch our sides. So bend up your left arm just as you would any other one. Right hand grabs a hold of your left elbow. And then as you slip this behind you, see if you can crawl your left fingers down your back and use your right hand to help pull your left elbow in. Keep your chin away from your chest and use the heaviness of your head to press down into your left arm. And with stretches in general, of course, we want to feel something, and it's when we feel something, we want to stay, right, for just a little bit longer, so our body remembers that we are able to do that and doesn't have this sort of instinctive reaction to it of just wanting to get out of it as quickly as possible, which is what we definitely want to do, but we're trying to work against that so that we can stay disciplined and then work through any of that discomfort, whether it's soreness or tightness, so that we can get ourselves out of that soreness and tightness into a longer and stretchier and happier position. Now maybe you want to try that lean, so I'm just going to lift my upper body up and then just a little bit over to your right hand side. See if you can think of it as like a side body stretch. And we'll hang out here for 4, for 3, for 2. And it's kind of nice, we don't have to worry about the other arm. For 1, and then return back into neutral, because we've done this tricep stretch with the other arm kind of tacked underneath us, and oftentimes this tricep stretch gets overshadowed by that bottom arm shoulder stretch. So it's nice to do it independently. Good, and let's gently release this grip and release our arms. Let's do a couple of circles here. So arms just go up overhead and circle them all the way back down, just like you're doing a little snow angel. And then go arms up overhead and then circle them all the way down. Twice more. So arms go all the way up and circle them all the way around. One more time. Go lift. And then check in with your low back that's not popping up off of the floor. And we'll reverse this. So snow angel it out. And then once you're over your head, bring your arms up. 3 more times. Keep your low back pressed into the floor. Snow angel it out. Good. Twice more. Snow angel it out. Hopefully we won't see snow for a while. Last time, snow angel it out. And up. Good. Let's grab the backs of our thighs, do a quick rock and roll, and we'll move into just a kneeling down position, just the way we started. So rock and roll a couple of times, and once you're seated, find yourself just in a kneeling position as we had it way back when. Good. From this place, relax your arms down, close down your eyes, and we'll take a couple breaths, just a slow down movement, find some stillness. Return to breath. So full deep inhale here. Long, slow exhale. Start to gently tuck your chin into your chest. Your next inhale, let your head roll over to your left shoulder. Let your head roll to the back. Head to your right shoulder. Chin towards your chest. Let's go the other direction. Head to your right shoulder. Stay tall. Let your head roll to the back. Head to your left shoulder. Chin toward your chest. Your next inhale, return to neutral with your chin. Stay for your exhale. Soften your face. Inhale, arms go all the way up, high toward the ceiling. Exhale, push it out right, left, lower it down. One more time. Inhale, arms go all the way up, high toward the ceiling, lift. And exhale, push it out right, left, lower it down. Good, your next inhale, open your eyes. Thank you, Molly, for showing up, slowing it down with me. Gosh, I've just been really sore the last couple of days, so it was really good to stretch it out and get some of that sort of longer holding position in. Otherwise, it's really hard to do on your own. So thanks for being here. Tomorrow we will speed it up again. So tomorrow it'll be, let's say, 30 minutes of 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We'll be there at 5:30. So have a good night. Drink all the waters, even when it's cold, so that we are well hydrated and well prepared for tomorrow. Thank you so much, Mal. I'll see you soon, okay? Have a good evening. Bye.